Hello and welcome to another episode of Careering 101. My name is Serafina and I'm here today with Dan Kramer. He is the owner and also a practicing attorney at the Dan Kramer Law Group. He has a Bachelor of Science in Marketing and Accounting from the University of Colorado, and he then studied law at the University of Denver. When you were a little kid, what was your dream about your career?
So when I was little, I was told from a young age, not so much little, but growing up, that really I didn't have that many options. My parents always told me that if you were a professional, no one could ever take that away from you. So I was always encouraged to either study accounting or law or medicine. And so I did accounting at undergrad, but I didn't really love it. So decided that law was the best next choice.
So I noticed that there was I think 3 or 4 year gap between studying accounting and marketing and then studying law. Can you tell us more about what happened during this time period?
Yeah, so I'm originally from South Africa, and my family still has a business out in South Africa. So I went into the family business for a few years. That was monumental in assisting me in being a better attorney. It's helpful to have some sort of real world experience.
What was the turning point or the moment where you decided I'm going to go study law and become an attorney?
I always wanted to do something that was extremely intellectually challenging, and I always had a notion that law would be intellectually challenging, more so than the business that I was doing at the time.
How did you go about finding your first job after completing your studies?
After my first year in law school, I did an internship with a law firm in San Francisco. And then after my second year in law school, I did an internship with a law firm in Denver. And then typically after your third year, during your third year, you get made an offer from the law firms that you've done your internship with, unless you don't do a good job. So I was fortunate enough to get offers from both the San Francisco firm and the Denver firm, and I chose to come to San Francisco because I felt that practicing in California would expose me to more diverse business opportunities and more diverse clientele than in Colorado.
How did you get into alcoholic beverage law, as this is a very niche industry?
Yeah, so that, I wish I could say that I had a vision and that it was totally, based on something that I knew or that I was good at. But basically, I went into it kicking and screaming. I was doing real estate transactions, predominantly in the hotel sector. And we would hire a consultant to assist on every single transaction relating to the alcohol beverage law. He was the head of the government department for the state of California. And he was in his 70s. And he kept saying to us, he was getting tired of working, but he didn't have a succession plan. And so one day I was asked to come to a lunch with 2 of the senior partners at the firm and this gentleman who was our consultant, and they said, why don't you, meaning the consultant, come and join our firm, and Dan will take over your business and you can work with Dan and teach him. And no one had asked me ever if I wanted to do that or not. And for me, it was somewhat embarrassing. I didn't want to do alcohol beverage law. I thought that there was something more prominent about being a real estate attorney. So I was basically told by my bosses that I needed to do this.
Okay. How do you feel about it now?
So I really like it. During the bad times in real estate, that's when I started getting really busy, and it was nice to be able to go to sleep at night knowing that even in this really bad economic time, there's going to be work for me.
When did you decide to create your own law firm?
There came a point where I couldn't really see the benefits of being in a partnership, and that's when I decided that I would go out on my own.
And it's working out well for you?
Nothing's changed in terms of what I do on a daily basis. There's something very rewarding in knowing that it's something that you've created and that you can reap the benefits from it.
Has there been any moment in your career that has been especially challenging?
So the most challenging parts are just any time where things are not going well for a client, whether it's something, hopefully it's never something that I've done, but I just take their misfortunes or their losses, very personally.
Where do you see yourself in 10, 20 years from now?
I see myself doing this.
What advice would you give to those starting on their career path now?
So 2 things I would advise is, one, definitely try and work with an experienced attorney before you go out on your own. What they can tell you in 5 minutes will sometimes take you a whole day to figure out on your own, and so it's invaluable to have a mentor. The second piece of advice I'd give is, don't go to law school unless you want to practice law.
What advice would you give your children once they have the chance to choose what career to pursue?
I would definitely tell them that whatever career you're going to choose, you have to strive to be the best at that career, because there's so much reward in being able to look in the mirror every day and say, I do a great job at plumbing or art or music or whatever it is.
Thank you so much for doing this interview with me. I really learned quite a bit, and I really enjoyed this.
Thank you.
And I hope you guys watching this also could take something from this today. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.